Blizzard is revealing Midnight. We already know that. We're going to see it on August 19th at Gamescom. Also, NetEase quietly confirmed Global Classic Plus. What the hell is this? Let's check out what Valor has to say about Blizzard's reveal of Midnight and Classic Plus being revealed. What the hell? Let's check this thing out.
We have a lot to talk about in today's news. August 19th is a big date, one you should mark in your calendar because it's when we'll see Midnight's full reveal. We've also got this new art. It even hints at how the expansion will kick off. But first, you can actually grab a 115% XP buff before August 12th. So in short, there's a hell of a lot to cover in today's news. With that said, let's begin. So in just a fortnight, we'll be in Koresh. We'll be putting an end to Dimensius once and for all. And that'll be it. Problem solved. The Void threat to Koresh and Azeroth will be eliminated. Or not. It almost definitely won't be. If you remember... Chris Mattson's warnings about what Midnight...
Fuck, I was muted. Damn it. Yep, he's back. Yeah, I'm back, basically. What was I saying? Yeah, I don't think we're gonna defeat Dimensius in the end of this patch cycle. I definitely think we're just gonna delay him towards the end of Midnight. That's when we're actually gonna fight him. Right now, we're just gonna stop his full-on summoning or something like that, and then we'll actually fight him maybe at the end of Midnight with the help of the Titans, and then we'll realize oh shit. The Titans are actually really bad, and we got to defeat them too, and then bam, you enter the last Titan. I'm pretty much spoiler-free for 11.2, so I really don't know what's going to happen right now going into the story, but that's just where my intuition is telling me that the story is heading right now.
Chris Mattson's warnings about what Midnight is to feature, well, obviously we won't completely win. And with that in mind, take a look at this new art. Really seems things are not going as well as we would have hoped. And if you examine it, we see these void creatures escaping from a rift in the sky.
This is a really cool art.
It's absolutely gorgeous, so clearly whatever we do in 11.2 isn't enough.
What is that? This is what I've been looking at in the art. What the hell is this? There's a tower here. Is this Shadowlands again? Is that Ice Crown? Could it be Silvermoon? Could this be the tower in Silvermoon? I don't know. I have to pull up an image of Silvermoon real quick, but the main tower in Silvermoon does kind of have that arch there. Oh, I'll pull up a picture. We'll see.
And 11.2 isn't enough. But here's what's worse. I want you to zoom in and enhance because if you do, you'll see these spikes hiding in the clouds.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's the jailer. Yes, the jailer is returning. Nah. Okay.
This is what I see. Yeah, right here. If we look right here, and we look right here. Hold on, I have the image. Yeah. You guys see this? This is what I'm talking about. I could probably open this up in its own tab so it's actually viewable. Zoom in. Look at this. This is fucking eagle-y arch. That's what I see here. That's what I see. I could be wrong, but I mean, we know Silvermoon's going to get completely destroyed at some point, right? It's going to get completely rebuilt. That's where Bellular's supposed to be, my guess. What? What are you talking about?
Nah, it's okay. Don't worry. It's not really returning. I think it's pretty obviously one of the spires of Silvermoon. And that means Quel'Thalas will be invaded.
I don't Okay, now I'm going to get accused of pre-watching this shit. I did not pre-watch this, okay? I think it was just pretty obvious that that's what that was. That's what it looked like to me. Okay? I did not fucking pre-watch this. Damn it, now Moishi's gonna fucking run with this shit and say I pre-watched it.
By the Void, which
right.
should be pretty cool. It'll all center in the sun well, and we know there'll be a substantial light element to it as well. As for what this promo art actually existed to show us, well, we will see the Midnight Cinematic on August 19th. That will be at Opening Night Live, which is a part of Gamescom. There is going to be a full gameplay reveal. But here's the thing with all of that. World of Warcraft has got epilogue patches now. So basically, patch 11.2 may not show us exactly what happens. That may be the realms of 11.2.5 and 11.2.7, and actually 11.2.5 is already on Blizzard's private testing servers, but before either of those patches hit, we'll actually know how the second part of the World Soul Saga starts, so that'll be a little bit odd. What's interesting for Midnight, though, is it's the first expansion built completely after Metzen returned, and after their basically like new creative direction for the game. And that's very much unlike The War Within. It is part of the World Soul Saga, but it was 8 months into production. Not pre-production, production. I'd certainly say if 11.2's campaign is anything to go by, we could be in for something quite spectacular.
So this is going to be Metzen's expansion, which means the story should go into S tier right now. I'll say that the story in The War Within, it started out pretty good, but it does feel like it's just kind of like nothing's been going on for quite a while now. Like we're just waiting for midnight. It legit feels like even the NPCs in the game are just waiting for something to happen at this point. So the War Within story was already written, and Chris Metzen had to kind of make some alterations to fit it into what he wanted to be, which was this saga. So now, as of midnight, we should be kicking off full on, like, this is the story that actually we wanted to hear and see and tell. So let's see if it actually gets good.
Good. Definitely don't make a pre-order based on those vibes. But before midnight comes out, we'll have Legion Remix. And there's a little bit of bad news for those of you who missed Legion. The Mage Tower artifact appearances will not be available.
Yeah.
According to Blizzard, they basically belong alongside seasonal PvP sets. Blizzard say they're the most prestigious and historic accomplishments, and that means that they're rewards that should be preserved in a historical context. So, agree or not, at least we know.
I agree. I don't think that this should ever be given out in the game ever again. I think if Blizzard wants us to feel like there's actual content out there that is limited in time and you have to get it done or you'll never be able to get it done, they should never give those things back out again. They can give different color variations of it. That's fine. I'm completely fine with that. But to give out the same exact colorway and everything of what was supposed to be a limited time event, and that was why you went and did it, that would just completely diminish it for that event and for future events. Well, we'd all just say, well, Blizzard says it's limited, but it'll come back in some way, shape, or form. So I don't got to get it done right now. I think making it limited and actually rewarding the people who did it back then with the limited time cosmetic feature is the way to go.
The reasoning behind their decision, and it's certainly good to know early. But here's a look at what you can actually get. Basically, everything else. And
no, it's not. It's not about difficulty, Gigglesworth. Yeah, from what I hear, you could breeze through the Mage Tower with Antor. You could have, yes, if you waited until the Mage Tower was very difficult early on, and even mid-expansion was still difficult. But if you waited until end of the expansion to go do the Mage Tower, like a lot of people did on alts and things like that, you could have gotten it done fairly easily. It's not about doing it and being able to brag that it was difficult content. It's about being there and doing the content when it was available, because it was only available for a limited time. That's what that's about. So if it was basically like, hey, I played the game at this time and I earned this thing while it was available. And to make it available later on kind of diminishes that. I don't know. I'm glad they're not making it available again.
Some items that you cannot get right now. As
they're going to save it for Legion Classic.
This out of the curve mount, the Violet Spellwing. It's pretty neat. Also, the Mythic gear from Trial of Valor's No Death achievement and the pre-launch Invasion gear. Plus, there'll also be a heap of new rewards. And overall, we've learned there'll be more rewards than in MoP Remix, which is pretty cool. And that means both new items and also recolors of Legion gear. Now, here's an interesting question. If they're offering the mythic Chosen Dead ensembles, then what about the Chosen title? Is that going to be available, say, through a feat of strength? Because if it is available, and if Legion Remix leaves us anywhere near as powerful as MoP Remix did, well, you certainly will be able to get it. And honestly, I'm almost more excited about Legion Remix than the Midnight trailer. It just seems to me that Legion's game loop fits that type of event way more. But speaking of things to look forward to, we've got some new and very unexpected news about Classic Plus, a magic version of Wrath released today.
We have a realm to destroy.
William, thank you for the follow, man. Welcome to our Scourge. This is the interesting part of this Classic
One that
Plus.
doesn't make old content irrelevant, where you can go and tackle Ragnaros and MC and Illidan and Black Temple and do all of that at level 80. Sounds pretty cool, right? And the good news is, if you're watching from China, that's something you're going to get. So what they've done is made a exclusive server. It's called Titan Reforged. Basically, they didn't get Season of Discovery over there, so instead of that, Netties have cooked up basically a version of Wrath with time walking baked into it. It's kind of neat, and Classic is becoming a testing ground for some new Classic styles as well. But here's the good news for us over in the West. The Chinese news post says more Classic Plus content is in development. Yes, it actually says that. And it even says we'll get it all at the same time. And honestly, I think this is absolutely incredible news. There's one major reason
I definitely think Classic Plus is coming. I can't imagine Blizzard passing that opportunity up to give people, you know, a lot of people, it's what they want. We were just talking about it yesterday, old school RuneScape and all these streamers leaving WoW to go play old school RuneScape. All those guys will come back in a fart of a second if Classic Plus comes back. They'll all be right back. Classic Plus is what they've wanted. It's what Season of Discovery hinted at and tried to be for a little bit, but really was kind of a testing ground, and it wasn't an official Classic Plus. If they do a full-on Classic Plus where they have released content, and by the way, you just make the cadence of that content in between retail releases, so that way basically you have something going on like every other year. There's a retail expansion or Classic Plus expansion, and you just do shit that way. WoW will forever be in the news. It'll just be a constant cycle of shit to do in WoW. So I can't imagine them not doing this. And with Microsoft now at the helm, they have like unlimited resources. So it used to be, oh, we can't do it because we just don't have enough people. That's no longer a problem. So I definitely see this coming.
That, and we'll do a full video on it, but I'll kind of just present this simply. China is now a huge slice of World of Warcraft's market now that the game is available there again, you know, after the whole NetEase kerfuffle with Activision. Now, I bring that up because it means there's a good chance that this sort of China-specific Season of Discovery Classic Plus follow-up thing will probably make more money, or at least a shitload of money, maybe even more than Season of Discovery. What would that mean? Well, that would probably mean more development resources and more shared development as well. Perhaps there's stuff that's been cooked up here for this NetEase thing that could make it over to a Classic Plus that we could eventually play one day.
True.
So hopefully we'll find out soon, but for now, let's focus on a few things that you can currently do in the game. Winds of Mysterious Fortune is back, and it runs until the new season begins on August 12th, and that basically means you've got a few weeks to level with an extra 20% baseline XP or 30% with the potion drop. But of course, well, if you want more, the good news is it overlaps with Turbulent Time Waste, so you can do some time walking dungeons for a bonus 60%. Add to that the 25% Warband bonus for having 5 max level alts, and you get 85%. Flick on War Mode, and that'll be 95% for your world leveling. Add in Dark Moon Fair, which will be there in early August, for another 10%, and that brings you to 105%. And for characters doing under level 49 content, pop on a draft of 10 lands that's available from Battle for Azeroth content, and you'll get another 10%, for a total of 115%.
It's like live remix, man. You're going to be able 110%, is that what he said? 115% max? Oh my god, 115%. That's crazy.
It's honestly kind of wild stuff. And it is a fairly good
You're gonna
time
level
to
up
just
so
do
quick.
alts, because having lots of strong alts means you can maximize the Collector's Bounty event. And if you're already drowning in alts and you don't need the XP, then cool. But remember, the Winds of Mysterious Fortune triples Dragonflight rep gains, and it also doubles the War Within ones, but with a difference, because now that includes Flames, Radiance, and Undermine.
Yep.
Undermine, I felt, was
That's the big difference here. Undermine Cartels being included. They weren't included the last time this event was live, so that's a big one.
Undermine, I felt, was fairly easy for rep. Flames, Radiance, though, well, that really did end up being a slog, so being able to really quickly progress that during this event, yeah, that's a nice win, especially because the cosmetics are actually pretty damn cool. Far more cool than the actual event was. Next, I got a bit of a PSA. So going into Season 3, Valor Stones actually won't reset. That means you can keep your stockpile of 2,000 on all of your different characters.
Remember yesterday you guys told me this and I didn't freaking believe you? Yeah, Valor Stone's not resetting. Like, if you don't cap your Valor Stones by the end of this season, you're starting behind. You got to do it. So go everyone cap your Valor Stones before the season ends. It's such a big thing, because I hate Valor Stones, especially early in the season. It's way worse than the crests. I feel like I always had crests and never had Valor Stones. I wish they would just get rid of them, but not capping them is nice. Or at least not resetting them before the season goes is nice.
Which is pretty good for a bit of a starter, like power boost. But do keep this in mind. The 11.2 campaign is a brilliant source of Valor Stones. So if you're at the cap, and then you do the campaign, well, all of those Valor Stones that you would have otherwise got will just, you know, kind of disappear into the void.
Oh, he makes a decent point, actually. You should only probably get like 1,500 or something, because you're probably going to get 500 Valor Stones just through the campaign quests.
A neat way where this is actually even better for Season 3 than it would have been in any
other
season.
No cap would be better, I agree.
That's basically because you can do Mythic Zero dungeons and stuff like that on the first week of the patch, not even the first week of the season. So that means you can get at least, I believe, some champion gear. Then you can upgrade that champion gear and then get more Valor Stones by doing the campaign. So pretty good way to get your character started. Now look, guys, this one really is serious. I want you to sit down. I want you to prepare, because what I'm about to say, it could shock you. It could hurt you. It could wound you. That's because for the first time in approximately 1 billion years, Blizzard have actually listened to PvP players. This is a shocking turn of events. Now, they haven't went and fixed PvP or, you know, gave them loads.
There's still PvP in this game? Who the hell's still PvPing in WoW? Like, honestly, who's still doing that shit? There was a time and a place for it, man. I remember. Miss PvP. Even Burning Crusade PvP, those were crazy times. But now PvP, what the hell? I haven't PvP'd probably since Winter Grasp.
Of content, what they have done is they have changed amounts. Basically, the Gladiator amount looked completely phoned in, and after some pretty damn serious backlash, Blizzard have now updated
This is nice.
it. Looks pretty
Much
sweet.
better.
It actually matches the theme of the patch. And I'd say that while this is a small gesture, it is a fairly good one. It's a welcome one, and if you take a look at the PvP community's response, well, I think they've been so underserved that, relatively speaking, this seems to be them feeling like they've won the lottery. So
I'll be honest, the Gladiator mount has always been the one thing that I always thought was really badass out of PvP, and I've always been okay with the fact that, like, I can't get it. You know, like, this is for the elite of the elite on the PvP side, and I totally think that's okay. And I do think it's okay that the mount is always badass. It should be. If you're a gladiator, you're a fucking badass. As much as I shit talk PvP just now, that's a badass achievement to get. So you do deserve a really cool cosmetic mount to get, and this fits the bill. This is actually... I've been kind of over the gargoyle mounts. You know, I feel like this skin has been used 1,000 times over. It's literally being used right now for the 6-month sub as well. But this version of it, this Voidy Wing version, this is actually a cool one, worthy of the PvP Gladiator achievement.
Blizzard,
Imagine
if they're
Sam
that
doing it
happy
right
over
now.
something so small. Imagine what would happen if you actually invested in some PvP content. There really are 85 million different
dominate.
versions of WoW to play, and well, now there's another one. So, if you maybe want to take a break from Modern WoW till Season 3, the good news is Mists of Pandaria Classic is right now actually live. Now, you've been skipping Classic so far because it hasn't really been your thing. I think Mists would actually be worth a shot. It's really the first expansion that starts to feel a bit more like modern WoW. Loads of devs, like to this day, are even saying that it kind of had some of the best class design and gameplay that WoW's ever had. It
did.
really is fantastic. It's where I came into my own as a WoW player. It's where I started this
So
channel.
fun.
So, yeah, Mists of Pandaria, actually, it's pretty damn awesome. And the good news is you can now properly play it as intended. And if you want a massive, fresh, juicy slab of lore, check out this video next. It's all about the new things we've learned for the Midnight expansion. I think you'll enjoy it a lot.
Nice overall video. Interesting stuff about Classic Plus as well as that 115% XP bonus. I mean, damn, have we ever had that high of an XP bonus in retail WoW? And yeah, you're stacking some shit, but still, it's pretty viable. And a crazy way to level up alts for sure. Nice video from Bellular.